Who knows what secrets dwell beneath the ocean vast and wide, or what became of those who tried to fight the turning tide? The night is dark, the storm is fierce, but nothing should we fear. Come round and light the candles bright, for spring is almost here. We bind the saplings, wreathed in grain, as folk did long before. We crown a maiden as our queen, and cast her from the shore. For as the land gives gifts to those who sow and reap the grain, the sea in turn must have its due when Greentide comes again. O mother of the endless tides, O queen of depths unseen, accept these humble gifts we bring upon your mantle green. Fill our nets with gleaming fish, and spare our sailors brave. For all the rest, take what you must beneath the rolling wave.
Hi, and welcome to the first episode of our new Trophy Dark game, premiering a week late because your darling DM was severely diseased, but I am back at it, and I am healthy enough to run these lovely people through the Gift of the Sea module. And there's always a little caveat there. I never stick to modules as written, so it's more of a, if you've done it before, if you're the one who wrote it last time the writer showed up, if you're the one who wrote it, but they're guidelines, right? We can all agree on that. We are still raising money for Conservation International. They try and help us save the planet from us, basically. They help the plants and the animals, and they're just doing a really good job. They're mainly focused on like forests and oceans, and since we have another ocean-themed game, we figured we'd stick with raising money for them, and donating money to their cause, our cause, can influence the game we're playing today. So if you see someone who's doing a little too well or really not good at all, throw them a metaphorical bone. We're gonna quickly go around and have our players very briefly say who they're playing today, because they don't really know that much about them yet either, because we're doing Trophy Dark and we're going to learn about their characters as we play. And always the final warning, bearing in mind, is a horror game. Mind trigger warnings. Step away from the stream if anything makes you uncomfortable. This is all supposed to be in good fun, consensual. If anything makes you feel not so great in a way that you don't want to be around, walk away. Perfectly fine. I'm gonna go. Oh, I can't even read my own handwriting anymore. I'll just use the Zoom names. I'll go from my top left, which is Sol.
Hello, my name is Sol. My pronouns are they, them, and today I'll be playing Teeth, pronouns he, him, the Harpooner.
Yep, definitely all they are. Speaking of people who absolutely have no secrets whatsoever, Wild.
Hello, I am Wild, he, they pronouns, and I am playing Andre. Also he, they pronouns. Andre is an artiste. Just an artiste.
Just an artiste. Sure. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Kai.
Okay, my name is Kai, I use they, them pronouns, and today I'm playing Sir Mordarin the Amorous, and there are two things that I know about him that are super, super important. One, he's going through an awful breakup. Two, it was his fault. That's it.
That's it. I think the elevator pitch for the character was that one guy from Am I the Asshole?
Yes, no, literally, exactly that.
Yep. Kai? Kay. I forgot which one I just did because I was yelling at Baker to swap her names around.
Hey, well, I am Kate Purcell. Today I'm going to be playing Burton. Burton is just good old folk. They like adventures, and he likes tinkering, and certainly Cinnamon Bun doesn't have any dark secrets in their past.
Oh, Love that for you. I absolutely believe that to be
Burton
true.
also has a very shitty little mustache that they think is just the best, most gorgeous, glorious thing ever. It's very important to them as a person.
Delusional, check. And last but certainly not least, resident Chaos Goblin, Baker.
Hi, my name's Baker, and I'm playing Forrest, and I am bound and determined to not be your resident Chaos Goblin. I'm going to be super serious.
I'm so proud of you. And definitely nothing creepy about Forrest either, right?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You wouldn't dream
She
of
might.
it.
No.
Mm-mm.
No one will be bludgeoned to death in this campaign. Can't promise that they won't be stabbed in the throat, but they won't be bludgeoned to death.
By you. We need to make that distinction right now.
Yeah. I also can't actually promise that they won't be bludgeoned to death. It depends on if I can find a rock.
Oh, always keep track of your favorite emotional support rock. Right. I don't know if I did this at the start. My name is Anniek. I use she, they pronouns. I am currently the game master, and I will be playing everybody and everything else. Of course, there is a fair chance that there will be moments I won't have much to do at all because my players will make their own lives very difficult, which is always a deeply exciting time. Now, this particular group of people are in a little, can we call it little? It's quaint. Isolated? Think horror movie. They're in a little isolated village. Seaside, obviously. We're actually beyond the forest at this point. A lot of you have been adventuring before, made it through the forest a little bit. You're at the jagged kind of rocky coast past Amberome. It's spring. Very topical. My hay fever is going wild, so that's also topical. I guess their first green shoots are emerging and things are blooming and growing, and it's wonderful. In this lovely village where we find you, the village elders have already started cutting down sapling branches and have been collecting seaweed for quite a while because they're going to make a very nice effigy as part of the festival, of course. How many of you know anything about this festival?
Wait, so this is happening in, like, we have arrived at this town and this festival is happening, or we have lived in this town and...
That depends on you.
Okay. I might know something, and, like, might is, like, my character's official title, other than ex-husband, is Demonologist. So maybe he knows something, but it might also just be a normal effigy for a normal festival.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean, you're all mainly here because as part of this festival, people offer gifts to the sea, which means, consider the fact that they've been doing this for hundreds of years, there's a lot of treasure down there somewhere, and you're pretty sure you can go and get it. And, you know, it's not the forest, so how bad can it be, right?
I think, Teeth hasn't been here for a long time, but this is where Teeth grew up. So he knows the festival, but I don't think, but he's trying not to be known by the village. Just fine. His name is very long lost.
A little undercover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did we just get here, or have we been here for a bit?
I'd say you're arriving.
We're arriving? Okay.
Burton is like farm folk, salt of the earth, doesn't really know that much about the ocean or seaside, you know, but they're very charismatic and they like people, so they're probably going around asking all the questions about what's this here festival and trying to just learn, be friendly like.
For Andre, it's possible that they have heard of the town and the ceremony and effigy through either some things they've read or information he may have sought. And No, it's definitely piqued their interests, but he's definitely being very critical of their craftsmanship of this effigy, because definitely not up to par.
It's handmade, local, organic, hand sourced. Fair enough. So this tradition is age old, and you know enough, especially those of you who've been on boats before. Even the local fishermen will never leave shore without paying a form of respect to the ocean, right? Even if it's just like chucking in a wood carving or a brass ring or whatever, because the tides must have their due, as they put it. And this is already sort of an adjustment from the way things used to be, where they just fully throw women into the ocean as, tribute. So far, they stopped they stopped the human sacrifices, and the village is still here. So far that seems to be paying off. But there's always the option to go back to best practices. Yes, Baker.
I just realized I'm the only female in this party of characters, and I now feel greatly uncomfortable. I just want that note.
I mean, this might be your moment to turn things around. If things were okay sacrificing a woman, maybe things would be great if you start sacrificing men. You don't know. You can always pitch it to the elders.
I'm pretty good at talking. All right, great.
All right. You are approaching this village as the festival is setting up. It is low tide. I will be noting the tides semi-frequently as we're playing this game. Again, reasons.
That's fine.
Of course it's fine. Yeah, they're building this I keep defaulting to the term lovely effigy, but it really isn't. It's kind of awful. But for now, I just want to know from you guys a little bit more about what you've heard. Specifically about the horrors of the sea. So, I'm gonna start with Kai. What tales have you heard about the things that haunt the ocean?
I feel like from Sir Mordarin's perspective, it's it's horrible, it's awful, but only if you have a skill issue, which I don't think Mordarin does not believe he has a skill issue.
Noted. Wild, what tales would Andre have heard?
Andre would have heard of unspeakable horrors, giant creatures that have essentially wrapped themselves around ships and pulled them to the deeps. Creatures as big as mountains, things beyond mental comprehension.
Nothing to worry about then. Perfect. Burton, what would an innocent farmhand have heard? What would have stuck by you?
I mean, actually, I think most of the stories that Burton's heard have come from Teeth. So we'll learn a little bit more about exactly what Burton's scared of when Teeth starts going. But, on kind of the, realistic, everyday, definitely heard about the undertow, and that seems really weird. And then just sharks, that's just kind of a standard. And then kind of that big, scary, creepy thing ever hovering at the back of the mind is the Kraken. Or is it the Sharkin? I don't remember exactly what Teeth said, but it didn't sound fun.
So a Sharkin is when a Kraken mommy and a shark daddy love each other very much?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Good to know. Definitely not creepy. So Teeth, tell me more. What wild tales have you been telling Burton?
Teeth has been telling Burton about eels, don't exist in the sea but exist in your nightmares and slip across to make you jump into the sea yourself, and feed them forever. Definitely has been telling Burton about every single sea creature he's killed, which Teeth has tattoos on his face, body, all over, of every sea creature he states that he has killed, including long tentacles that go all over his body from a very big tattoo on his back, because he's definitely killed a kraken, as he is told. And he's just like, Kraken is the worst thing ever. Kraken
thing
will,
ever.
yeah, Kraken makes a Kraken ghost, and the Kraken ghost can leave the sea.
That is good to know. Forrest.
One, I think if Forrest hears Teeth tell the story about the Kraken ghost, she'd be like, then why did you kill it?
Valid question.
Gotta kill the sea.
And
that's all he would answer.
Forrest being Sir Mordarin's bodyguard would have done some research before they left whatever big town they were in to see if there were any legends about this place, or if there were any like credible information on it. I don't know how much she would have found, but she at least has some type of idea of like the actual local like mythology of the area.
What the people who are actually putting on this festival believe.
Yes.
So the first time you heard the word Kraken was actually coming out of Teeth's mouth. That's not a local thing. Around this area, it's mainly the spirits of cursed sailors, because they're not necessarily good people and they do die a lot, right? So their spirits tend to like stick around, get trapped, especially if they die going for the treasure, because greed, it's not good for the soul or something. You've definitely heard something about an ancient sea serpent, though. Not a kraken, okay. a little sleeker.
A little sleeker.
A little sleeker. But the sea serpent itself, if you don't wake him up, you're probably okay. And usually people are grasped and devoured by the hungry kelp forests before they can reach the sea serpent. So,
Did I find out if the sea serpent likes candy?
You found no reliable sources on that.
Okay. Cool.
Have we heard tell of Sharknadoes? Is that a thing we need to?
No, you have heard about whirlpools featuring eels.
Oh. Eels don't seem that bad. They seem like snakes of the sea. I think I can handle that. I
admire your optimism.
Yeah, but remember, they'll whisper in your mind and start to.
Well, that's a different. Can these whisper?
This is Baker asking this question, because this has never come up for me. Do eels actually give off electrical charges, or is that like just a thing in stories?
Electrical eels can give off actual electrical charges.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so that's not like a fake thing.
It's not all eels.
It's not all eels.
No, it's specifically the electrical eels.
Yeah.
Honestly, you should be more worried about hagfish and what they do to you. But
mantis shrimp.
I'm legitimately having this moment, realizing Anniek would lie to me about this to make me.
I would always tell you the truth out of game, but in this case, they do have small electrical charges.
Okay.
And I believe the sea slug within the nautilus shell is one of the most poisonous animals within the sea.
Oh yeah. No, like I know like poisonous stuff.
A mantis shrimp they can like kill things with sound. Yeah, sound waves. Also, seriously, never look up hagfish.
I
that one
looked
I
it up
actually
for dredge, so I love dredge. Dredge is a vibe. I would like to add that Teeth has killed a giant mantis shrimp, and that's what he has. Like he has like a little like
It's
those
over
little
there.
boxing
Over
claws
there.
on
Oh,
his
yeah.
jaw that go down.
Fair. Questionable, but fair.
Yeah.
As you're approaching this adorable little village where nothing weird has ever happened, nor will anything weird ever happen in the future, a rather old fisherman is approaching you, since you're outsiders and they, pretty isolated. This is weird. New people. Get kind of a judging look.
Howdy.
Is all of you?
It's not like you'd want more, old man.
No, ideally less.
Well, people get what they deserve.
Let's
One
not
way or another.
antagonize. Sorry, Anniek.
I didn't get what either of you guys said because of that. I'm sorry.
Forrest goes, let's not antagonize people. We don't want to cause any trouble.
And yet here you are.
Not by choice. But by employment.
I am technically here by choice.
I'm also here by choice. So you can, if you don't like that, you can. I'm so sorry. Suck on it.
A little 50-50 here.
Oh, hey, I know. Andy Anderson, Andre. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we Burton. I worked for you a while back. It's been a while. You're out here. I inspire you, and they like slap him just a little too hard on the shoulder, like boots on the ground. I told you it's good to be out here doing all this. Good to see you.
No, I would have remembered you.
They start digging in their pockets and pull out a little carving of a horse. You gave me this for work done. Remember?
Oh yeah, to throw in the trash.
Why would you, this is so nice?
Oh no. I mean, it's like maybe the beginnings of my carvings, I mean, edges are definitely not parallel as they should be. Those are very rough grooves in there. I mean, obviously novice work.
You can say it was abstract.
Do not. Abstract is a thing. You do not just claim something is abstract because you do not like it.
Okay, then you can say it's homey.
It's quaint.
It's passably well done.
I like it.
Ooh, Andre's art described as quaint. Teeth starts to move towards this fisherman. Anniek, again, Teeth grew up in this town, even though he has tried to distance himself as much as possible.
Yep.
Is this gentleman someone that I might recognize?
I don't think you'd know a name, but the face is definitely, like, under the layers of weather-beaten skin and the amount of wrinkles, pretty sure he's a local fisherman. There is also a fair chance he might recognize you.
Teeth is hoping he doesn't, and sort of acting like this aggravated, like what you gonna do about it type of stuff, and just sort of like pushes his hair back and is just like, is there gonna be a problem?
Most likely several. You and your friends are brash and annoying, and we don't usually do well with brash and annoying outsiders, but I mean, can always figure out a way to get everyone what they want.
That is just the thing about this place, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah. So I'm sure things will be fine.
They can be. You tone down your attitude, you show some gratitude, and I don't tell on you to the elders. Hey, you throw in a little extra and I'll tell you the location of the hidden cove. I need some beer money.
I think that I want to just tell this guy straight up. I want to lean in and and tell him exactly how to get from the hidden cove from here.
You want to tell him?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to tell
He goes,
him. I want to be like, you don't know what I know. Listen, this isn't, you aren't telling me how this is going. I'm telling you how this is going.
he just sort of laughs at you and goes, cleared that one out 5 years ago. But good try, green one. You've been away too long. Moved on.
Well, I, for one, am mighty grateful for your help.
Be more like your friend over there, Keith.
Mordarin, can you pay this idiot?
Yes, of course. And maybe while you're at it, you can also show some manners because, listen, I don't know. Where do you get off on this sort of thing?
You come to my town, where I live, with that kind of attitude, and you're saying I have the problem?
I don't know. I just we just started talking. This is very combative. I think we can take it down at least 3 notches and maybe.
Hey,
Does Morton carry the money, or does he have Forrest carry the money?
Honestly, probably Forrest carries the money. I think
Forrest is just gonna walk around and just pull out money and hand it to him and go for the extra sass. And actually, here's a little bit prepayment for the future sass. Please don't kill him. I have to keep him alive.
I can deal with it. I can afford it. Yeah, give them the extra money.
I think Burton kind of pulls Sir Morden aside and is like, hey, I'm not from here, but I am from a small town, and word spreads quick.
Let them hear.
Don't let them hear. Please don't let them hear.
Burton reaches into a coat pocket, pulls out a flask.
I'm just saying, the more money in my pocket, the more alcohol in my mouth, the quieter I get. I'm the brooding sort, find a nice dark corner, don't go talk to the elders about the newcomers. Well,
great.
4 newcomers and someone who shouldn't have come back.
Excellent. I will pay the man and go. If you could also impart some information on where we should head.
Well, if I don't mention you to the elders and you watch the mouth on 2 of those, I'd suggest you go to the festival.
Sounds.
Watch the effigy get made. Just really engage with that ritual.
That sounds ominous and creepy, but sure. Thank you for the advice.
Arts and crafts, Andre. You'd like that.
Yeah. So you're part of this town, right? I was watching them sort of put up that effigy. I don't know. I was always expecting to put more pride into it.
Work in progress, sir. The details pull it all together at the end. At least that's what they always tell me when I tell them they're doing a shit job.
One of those. Well, if I'm lucky, I could learn one thing. Probably not two from it.
I will say the sapling cutters are lackluster, but the kelp weaving is quite impressive.
Anything we should do for this ceremony in particular once it comes about?
Think about the offering you're gonna leave. It doesn't do well to end up there surprised and having to part with something you can't bear to miss in the end.
Sounds good.
He'll also pull out a flask from underneath his cloak. Toast it to Burton. Just walk away, shaking his head.
I think Andre's gonna turn to Sir Mordarin and be like, Mordarin, did I hear you said you had money to spare?
No.
And what of it?
Oh, I just had a few, pieces in my collection that I was willing to part with, seeing if someone of your obviously grand stature would be willing to, take one before I offer them to the public and some random riffraff buys it.
I think I don't want to. I can't do this because this is too funny to me, and the laughter is in my body. But I think Mordarin just shifts his eyes because, I don't know. Should I reveal this secret to the audience? You know what? Dramatic irony. Basically the backstory that Sir Mordarin and Andre have is that Andre has done some sort of art piece of Sir Mordarin's ex. And Andre does not remember this. Sir Mordarin remembers it very well. So Mordarin shifts his eyes back and forth, and it's what are we talking? What sort of pieces?
Oh, I think I have an example of a mini prototype I made. So a little sculpture. He remembers into a bag, pulls out what is that, very kind of like a disembodied, so one of those things where it's only kind of headless, no real personal features, but definitely a very feminine figure. I have something like this. I mean, Sir Mordarin might recognize the proportions or whatever, but whatever.
I think Sir Mordarin, he averts his eyes. It's he says I'll think about it, but it sounds take it that as you will. I'll think about it.
Great. Well, there's plenty more of those, Kim. Plenty. It's definitely limited stock. What?
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Plenty more. Yeah. I'll think about it.
Yes.
Glides up to Sir Mordarin. I got this one for free, so just hang around. Sometimes you can.
So the horse is not what I'm looking for.
Good idea, Burton. I'll place the miniature in his hand. This one is for you on the house.
Oh. Very fancy. Thank you. It's bigger.
Yeah. I mean, if you really examine it, it's, I believe, one of my least expected but favored muses was definitely inspiration for this.
Who's this muse?
Oh, I can't remember her, but definitely remember the inspiration.
She's very She seems like a very nice lady.
Not to my recollection, no. I guess depends on what terms of nice you're speaking of.
I think Burton's talking about voluptuous.
Burton ain't saying nothing. Nope. Puts it away.
Burton has no comment on this. Burton is using the Fifth Amendment that totally exists in this world.
Absolutely, the Trophy Dark Fifth.
Where you can say something incriminating about you, someone else, and their mother, and you will all die.
Oh, yes, gruesomely. Yeah.
That tracks.
All right.
I'm just gonna excuse myself from this part of the conversation.
And Teeth starts moving. He's like, well, I don't know where the hidden cove is now. That's fucking annoying.
You're from here, Teeth? That's what I'm getting?
Oh, one of my past lovers was from here.
Is this like a lie, or is it because
This is a lie. This is a plain bald-faced lie.
And is this a lie that Soul wants everyone to know is a lie, but Teeth does not? Or is this like a do we have to figure out if you're lying?
Teeth is not trying to make this obvious, and Soul for player, like, Teeth is not trying to make this obvious. So Teeth is just saying, oh no, I had a lover from here once. That's how I found out about the festival. Forest.
Game Master, given what the other person said, can we all logically assume that some of us know that that's a bald-faced lie?
Yes.
I mean, what it could be, I couldn't be from here. It might be that I was here for like a year.
Yeah, ain't no
broke
fury
someone's
like
heart and left.
You don't
So
come
he
back
might
after
have-
you broke someone's heart.
Oh,
Broke someone's heart, weird love triangle, 14 babies. Who knows what Teeth did before he left and then returned.
His lover could have been a mermaid.
His lover could have been the Kraken. You don't know.
His lover could have been a previous effigy, if they make a new effigy every year.
Oh my god.
That'd be a
Teeth
scandal. That
was
gets you out.
definitely the only thing you're getting is that Teeth was here, left, and according to most of the people in this little village, probably should have stayed gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
trust me.
Maybe Teeth is a village nickname, but not for the reason we think.
So did you burn anything down on your way out outside of relationships?
No.
Okay, I want to know what we're walking into.
A very shitty village with very shitty accommodations, and the only creativity they throw into the fucking sea.
Okay, well, some backwater places have some versions of backwater justice. And if we have to worry about being seen with you because someone's daughter or something or whatever, or decided
Or
that
son.
you need, or
son.
or son, or whatever, grandmother decides you need to be taken care of. I just need to know so we don't get taken down with you.
Listen, if his family has anyone left in this village, we're all probably gonna die. That's just the tense of it.
They haven't met me. They haven't met me. So
exactly.
You're
we're
all
all
with me
safe with you and Sir Mordarin Forest. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, we're the dream team. We're the dream team, Forest. We're the dream team.
But as far as I know, there probably ain't none of them left.
How wet is the wood on these huts, and how likely are they to just catch fire and keep burning?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were going to ask me how wet is the water, and I was pre-losing it before you continued your sentence.
No one asked if water is wet. We're not. Fight about it in the comments.
I'm gonna wait until 2 games pass this, and then I'm just gonna be like, hey, Anniek, how wet's water?
Look, can still drown you in fees in season 3.
You've tried
Is
twice.
Forrest asking Teeth, or is Forrest asking the GM? Because Teeth
No.
has an answer.
I'm asking Teeth. Like, Forrest is asking Teeth. Like, if I start something on fire, will it catch, and will that be a way for us to get out?
It won't. No. You see the way these waves smack on these rocks? There's more seawater than wood in these houses. No, fire. No, you want something more awful.
Fire is not catching here.
Lighting things on
bad
fire
reference.
usually your first response? Just want to know, who we're dealing with.
Well, no, but if I'm going up against a whole village and I need to get out and I need to get my employer out, yeah, that's a pretty good response. It normally distracts people when they care about what's being burned.
All right.
We could just tell Andre to paint a picture about it.
Yeah, but then they throw it into the ocean, like you said.
Oh no, I don't paint. I deal more with the physical aspect of, maybe sculpture and perhaps formation. Really get into
Painting?
it.
Paintings aren't physical?
It's more
Lady
2D
has a point.
physical. I prefer,
3D.
yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Things you can touch and feel, and
Okay. And you can carve a pretty picture for them to be distracted by.
I mean, if we need carvings or something to throw into the sea for this ceremony, I have plenty.
How about
Oh, yeah.
carving some really sharp, pointy sticks?
Does it
Yes.
have to be like art or like something from the heart, or could you just like throw in a few dollars to the ocean? Would that I'm serious, as Sir Mordarin is speaking, I'm serious about this. Can I not what stops everyone from just throwing in a few dollars and calling it a year?
You aren't the superstitious type, are you? I can tell right now.
I don't know. It just what are they gonna do to me?
The
Well-
ocean? You're asking what the ocean's gonna do to you?
Is the personification of the ocean going to I don't know, take away my house? I don't live near the ocean.
Not your house, darling. You're
Mordarin, there's so much more to lose than your fucking house.
I do want to stress that Sir Mordarin does view money as extremely important, and he does love it more than most people.
That-
So,
Yeah, I think that's totally fair and valid if it's your last dollar.
And you know what? I've already lost the thing that's most important to me. And he does a little brooding slash pouty little stare at the ground. I once again cannot do it because it's too funny to me. If I try to do it, I'll laugh. But he does a little brooding pouty at the ground. So the sea can't take her away again. That's not possible.
Okay, I'm leaving.
I'm not gonna touch that.
Forrest just reaches out.
Just so you know, just so you understand, I don't think, and Teeth is just Teeth stops. It's just I need food. I need food.
I'd like to see this effigy.
Seeing the effigy would be good, and getting protein in our system would be great before this amazing adventure.
As
Or,
Sir
well-
Mordred says that, Forrest just pulls out protein bars.
So true.
I'm getting bodyguard slash handler slash nanny out of this.
So true. No, I think it's very this is the most nannying that Forrest has ever done. Partially because it's how a toddler will just run around and go into dangerous spots if you're not watching them. This is
Mhm.
exactly what Sir Mordarin's gotten himself.
That's that's what I took away from the "Am I the asshole?"
Mhm.
thing. Like, I imagine those people who are like very unaware that they are the asshole are like just the people who like walk into the oncoming traffic and they're like, no, they'll stop.
You know the guy who gets divorced and then has to immediately get married because he doesn't know how to do laundry or dishes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Find new
Forrest
clothes and
probably didn't
DoorDash
know what
until
she
you
was
find
getting
someone.
into.
I'm hoping
Yes.
Forrest is getting paid extremely well for this.
Oh, definitely. But it is never enough.
The protein bars are just like mashed up dry meat with like fruits, like dried fruit in there, and like are held together by like a flour paste. They're terrible, but they will keep you going.
That's some
I-
good travel tack.
Can't believe you have fruit leather jerky.
Fruit leather jerky.
Oh no, sorry, it's like a honey paste because flour would give us botulism if it wasn't baked.
Oh, I'm sad you wrote that back. I was gonna give you a botulism.
I know you too well.
You saved us. You saved us.
Good bodyguard.
Teeth wouldn't eat mesh. Teeth would rather eat raw fish and get a parasite than eat fruit leather
The
jerky.
parasites take longer before they're becoming a real problem.
Burton
Exactly.
would probably enjoy the jerky.
All right, what's the plan? Where are we going? Who's taking? I shudder to ask. Who is taking the physical lead? Who is walking in front of the party? I'm asking for reasons.
I mean, Andre wants to see the effigy.
I think like I want to see the effigy too. I think like we were like a lot of us are probably going to see the effigy. I do think Sir Mordarin would walk in front.
Gotcha. If Mordarin didn't walk in front, Teeth would have already left. Teeth would have been like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go into the festival because I know they'll have some shitty salted fish or something.
Or we can all
Okay.
just stay together and like find a stand on the way to the effigy and then just like eat our way there. Is it like that sort of festival where it's like food and effigies and dancing?
It's effigy. There's it is pretty. Actually, I'll change the music a little bit because it's a pretty happy festival right now. I know Teeth is being absolutely cantankerous about everything, but that's full of revelry and there's songs. The effigy is being made on the shore. Yeah, the skeleton. I'm gonna describe the effigy a little more because I know Wild will have an absolute fit if I don't. So the skeleton's made of driftwood. And it's kind of crude, right? They're just making the block shapes with the driftwood. And then over that, they're weaving the reeds and adding the seaweed to pad it out more and give like her, because it's once again a female effigy, actual features. As they're making this, as people are singing songs and dancing is mainly like a 16 and under kind of thing. Most of the adults are, let's be honest, it's a fishing village. They're too tired and sore for that nonsense, right? There's a lot of, finally I can sit down and take a load off levels of hanging out with friends and just catching up and chatting. Some people are already placing offerings inside the effigy with like a little somewhat quieter pairs. Teeth would know that there's later on, once they start braiding flowers and ribbons into the hair of the effigy, is when people actually come forward to publicly make offerings, which are considered to be more powerful. So if that's something you want to do, you could, because you bribed the old fisherman and he's not pointing out to people, hey, those people over there suck, let's go deal with them. He's just sort of going, yeah, they're outsiders. You can be guests. You can join if you want to. They're okay. And, the other people aren't like asking him, how do you know, right? They can see he's heading straight for the tavern. They've known him for long enough. They know what's going on here. If you want food, if they're in like stands with their communal tables where people put down dishes, try a few things. More of a potluck.
I have a question about the effigy. You said that they were like adding features to it. Is it like recognizable features, or is it just like snowman, eyes, nose, mouth?
Oh, they're going fully human female face shape.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything like recognizable that we like can see from it, or is it just like not at that point where we can
They're not that far yet. They're still weaving.
Okay, makes sense.
But they're spending a fair amount of time on it. Like you can figure out that they're going to go make a fair amount of detail.
Okay.
And Andre, will they allow Andre to help them with the effigy?
I would love for you to help with the effigy.
Oh, I don't like how you said that.
I don't know why. This is how I always talk. Oh, please. How are you helping with the effigy?
Depending on what they're doing. If it looks like they've recently started shoring up the support system, making sure it's not like something that would like tip over, or like if they're extending out things for like arms or whatever, that everything is well balanced for things to be placed on it and structured properly. It sure has all its balance and support points. If their placement, arranging things so that it looks more aesthetically pleasing.
Okay.
Burton
know that this is going to be like driftwood and reeds and seaweed. At some point, as you're coming around this effigy, we're on the other side to like, you're kind of like kicking the tires, right? Giving it just a little shake, see how it's holding up.
Mm-hmm.
Your hand goes through part of the driftwood, and you're pretty sure that what you're touching on the inside there isn't technically driftwood. It is smoother and whiter and a little bit porous. It could be a shell. I'm just saying it could be.
Is it a texture that Andre is familiar with?
How many times has Andre touched bones in his life?
It's not happened.
It's not happened. It comes to you as you're touching it. And I need you to make a ruin roll.
Okay. So that is. Could you explain that to me again? How to do?
Yes. So the ruin rolls are going to be a marker of just how much whatever is happening here. Like the book says, the forest, but in this case, the ocean is gaining influence over you. It doesn't have to be harm, but many people interpret it that way. So you roll a single dark die.
Just one. Okay.
Just one.
And the fact that I have 3 ruin, what does that?
It means you might be in trouble.
Wonderful. I rolled a 5.
A 5. You rolled higher than your current ruin, so you mark another ruin.
You're supposed to roll lower for your ruin, aren't you?
You are. And I will send you a little DM in a second. And then you can decide whether or not we're hiding things or if it's going to be a public spectacle. That's up to you.
Yeah, I think Burton, seeing Andre going to mess with that, just kind of scooches away and puts some distance between themselves and this.
I've heard many people who were hungry. Are we going to the potluck? What is the rest of you doing while Andre is going native?
Teeth is going to the potluck and is going to take out of his little bag a very old bottle of something, and he puts it on the end of the table where people might have more drinks. And it's in this like very it looks old. The bottle looks like he's had it for a long time, and it's this like brown glass, and it's got like a very old like paper on it, and it says Siemens Brew, and he puts it on the end of the table and then like starts to peruse the rest of it with a plate.
So again, despite Teeth being on the negative side about this festival, food is good. Like, okay, fair. If you don't like seafood, you have a problem, right? Fair enough. But it's not like they don't grow anything, and it's not like they don't have any livestock. It's a pretty prosperous village. There's bread, there's just pretty good home cooked food. Like, you're not gonna get 5-star. They're not making the tiny plates with 2 bites of food, they're calling it caviar and telling you to go on your way, right? It's proper food. Like, there's stews, there's quiches, it's filling, it's hearty. It's good.
Yeah, and Teeth stays away from certain dishes, and other ones like he makes sure to like fill a bowl with and like keep moving. And I think Teeth does. Anyone who followed Teeth, I think everyone went to the effigy except maybe not Forrest.
Does Forrest have to taste whatever Sir Mordarin wants to eat?
Sir Mordarin would not make her do this. That's on Forrest. It's on Forrest if she wants to do that.
Baker,
I'm so sorry. I just got a news alert that my mayor announced that we're hosting WrestleMania, and I'm very excited. And I missed that last part. I'm so sorry. My phone buzzed and everything because I've been waiting for this for like 4 days.
No worries.
I'm so sorry.
So Teeth,
it's fine. It's just
Teeth
so
was-
you. I just.
Teeth. I was asking if Forrest went to the effigy or was getting food, and then Anniek asked if Forrest tastes everything that Sir Mordarin eats before Sir Mordarin eats it.
Yes. Yes.
Can I to yes and onto that? Now that you've made that decision, it's half for poison, half if there's like broccoli in it.
And occasionally Forrest is like, will he notice the broccoli? Because he should eat a vegetable.
There's a quiche where the broccoli is so deeply smothered in cheese, you might get away with it.
Oh, that's the best kind of quiche.
Your GM doesn't eat cheese, so I'm. Ugh. But whatever works for you.
Yeah. She's going to lie and say, oh, the green things are spinach.
Sir Mordarin will eat it, and it's like, wow, great spinach.
So good. You behind you, like at the far end of the table, you hear some teenagers giggling. You're not entirely sure why, but you hear the word semen a lot. And they're holding this weird brown bottle.
Sir Mordarin will also have a good sensible chuckle at that as well.
Burton, dare I ask?
I
What are we touching?
Burton was first going to the effigy, but then seeing Andre start to get involved, like quickly tried to distance himself, so went to the food. Mama always taught that you don't, you got to bring something to the potluck, and they don't have a lot, but they do pull out like a couple hard-boiled eggs and like a hand pie, and that's kind of what they have. And they put it down.
Somewhere off in the distance, Forrest is watching you and puts some. Was it meat fruit jerky in a little bowl and just presents it?
Yeah, like you don't come empty-handed to the potluck, right?
Can't eat if you don't provide. It's just
exactly.
Yeah.
And then like we'll go around and just start like stuff they know they get, but like anything they don't, and it's either teeth or it's just any passerby because they are just very chatty, very friendly. It's like, what's that? Okay, and what's that? And what's that? What's that taste like? What's that?
Oh yeah. I don't know enough about food to fully roleplay this with you,
Yeah,
but
you
you
don't,
find
but
you
we get the
find one of
idea.
the like the super talkative got married to young women around here.
Oh yeah.
Who is just going like they will start at one end of the table and talk you through every dish on it.
And Burton is just happily chatting her ear off, taking nibbles of everything, giving their opinion. You know, you fry that in some bacon grease, and that's going to be even better. Like you get some crisp on that. Yeah, it's a good old time.
There's also every dish you hear what it's made of, but also who made it, including how they feel about that person.
Oh yeah.
So you know there's certain dishes you shouldn't compliment just because it's made by that
yeah.
one woman 2 houses over.
Yeah, definitely. Burton is from a small town, so
Yep.
is very much quickly picks up on some of this gossip.
Now I'm not saying it's true, but we heard last summer.
Oh wow. I mean,
yeah, exactly. It's just how can you do such a thing? Yeah.
I mean, it ain't no good to repeat gossip, so I'm glad you only have to say it once.
Exactly. Anyway, her cousin. Yeah,
Bless their soul.
Oh, bless her heart. She tries. She tries. She doesn't have the smarts, you know?
You know, I mean, you could be a sugar cube despite not having any brains, you know? You just gotta.
Well, we all know what water does to sugar.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's not such a good thing here as it is back where I'm from, so yeah. But we just got to stay inside when it's rainy season. But yeah, here, no, one big wave and
yeah. We're trying to think about the one big wave. But
yeah. Shit, sorry.
It's just, you know, a little maybe when yeah, maybe don't.
I'm just a country person. I'm sorry. This is all new to me, but
you're here because you know this is what she's been waiting for, right?
Yeah, like
this has been information gathering from the start. So why are you here? Who's your father? What does he do? How much does he make a year? Who's your mother? Who's her aunt? Where's her cousin?
Yeah,
married too young might be looking for someone younger.
I mean, married too young might be on the market soon.
Yeah, well, I'm from this little place, and like goes into the whole talk of home, talks a lot about mama, talks about growing up on the farm, does not talk about daddy at all.
There, you do notice her eyes drift a little when you talk about mommy. Yeah. She's like, oh, that's my I don't know if that's a good mother-in-law level. So does she normally live with you?
Oh no, she and my old man are back on the farm.
Oh, good. Still together, still alive.
Yeah.
Good teeth?
I think. I ain't been home in a while, if I'm honest.
Fair, but in general, good health.
Yeah, I mean,
siblings?
No, I'm as an only child, much to their dismay. But you know, I figured out pretty young I'm real good at tinkering, so they kind of pulled me off the farm and been, you know, building things and exploring and, you know, doing that kind of work. Been, you know, with some companies for a while, kind of out on my own now, wandered in with, and they kind of look back at the group, like wandered in with some other folks just now, and, you know, passing through on the way to the next big thing. Heard some interesting things about this little town and this here
oh, we're just simple folk, but building things. Now that's interesting. No, but you build things and you travel.
Well, I weren't
don't
supposed
live
to
with your mother. This is all very interesting. Anyway, I'm talking your ear off. You're here for the festival. Just go have fun. I'll find you later.
Yeah, anything I should like. Look, again, I'm from this kind. Anything I should like other than, and they point out the two people that they were very much told, other than anything like, I don't want to step my foot in it any more than I already have. Anything I should like be aware of or avoid, I want to be respectful in your hometown,
Well, try to just go with the flow a little bit, let's ebb and flood. It's the tides. Don't pretend like you're better than the rest of us.
Oh, I better than no one. So that ain't a thing.
She sort of side-eyes Sir Mordarin.
Yeah, that's a recent acquaintance.
Traveling companion.
Yeah. I'm sure his mama loves him dearly.
Some people only a mother can truly love.
Look, now that's not what I said.
Nope, that's what I said, and I will own it. Anyway, go fun. I'm chatting your ear off.
We'll wander off.
She goes to some female companions for the post-mortem of this interaction.
Ooh. The debrief, as it were.
The debrief. Oh yeah, 100%. What did he do? What did he say? This is bad.
I think Teeth would walk up to Burton after that conversation and is just like, "Are you looking to get married?"
What? No, why? Like half an eel in the mouth?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, let's just say the sea isn't going to be the only one hunting you now.
We's just being neighborly.
Not here. Oh, not here, Burton.
She got a husband. Oh, hay feathers.
Just be careful. Just be careful. Just because the men can get old in this town doesn't mean that they don't know how to hook a worm.
Okay, so that and they're gonna like put an arm around Teeth and kind of pull him over and lean down a little bit, because Burton is ridiculously tall. Like Burton is a little bit over, well, not ridiculously tall, but a little over 6 feet. Like just kind of lean down and be like, all right, so if I'm gonna be honest with you here, friend, this is not the first time this has happened to me. I don't if you see me, I just got my own practice under my feet. You'll keep an eye out for me, right? Like I didn't mean.
Burton.
Yeah.
I would never let you walk barefaced into something like this. You and me, we go way back.
Way back. Like you taught me how hard y'all work, being a sailor. Like that was a lot of hard work. Just being a passenger.
Trust me, you don't want anything to do with these people.
I mean,
remember to smile. Remember to smile.
I'm always smiling.
Exactly. So you're gonna be completely fine. I'm sure everything will go great.
Appreciate you. You're good folk. And again, slaps him on the back just a little too hard.
Yeah, and Teeth sort of like coughs when you do that, and it's just like, yep. And just sort of like tries to unravel himself from Burton, and tries to look at the women that this woman has been taught, that this woman went to debrief with, and trying like making a mental note, and he's just sort of makes that like makes a very wicked grin, not like hostile, but sort of like I'm an asshole type of smile.
The woman in question sees your I'm an asshole smile and just goes, hunting season, baby.
Yeah.
So that's not your ex. And Burton starts going down the list of everyone they got gossip to. Was that your ex?
My ex is not here.
Oh.
Burton.
Oh, how do you know that? Folks rarely leave towns like this.
Think about how people leave these towns then. It's usually one of two ways.
My apologies, condolences.
It was a messy breakup.
I'm real sorry.
No worries.
I mean, crime scene cleanup is often messy. Andre. Oh, no, go ahead.
Forrest is going to see if Sir Mordarin wants to go over to the effigy.
Yeah, I think like at some point it will probably happen that they just go to the effigy together.
Yeah, like Andre finished, they're definitely not at all horrible or suspicious. Assistance? Question mark? You were around for the effigy. I
made it better.
Sure. In your opinion, you improved it, and I will leave it there. At that point, the rest of the elders are going to start like the ritual proper, right? So people are going to start gathering around more. It's sort of midday-ish. People are singing songs. Teeth, I don't know if you remember all the words because they're like a lot, but all of the melodies would still be familiar to you because those never change. They finish the face of the effigy, and at this point they're like doing her hair. They're making nice kelp hair, and there are flowers and ribbons being braided into it, and the flow of the braiding matches the flow of the music. And as they're finishing that hair, people are starting to come forward, make their offering, speaking their prayers for the next year out loud, putting down what they're putting down, mainly inside the effigy. Like part of it's been left open, so they think they don't put like around the effigy, everything goes inside the effigy. Speak their prayers aloud, step back. You are encouraged to join the proceedings. I don't think anyone would actively encourage Teeth, but especially Andre. Like, you're already up close. People are sort of ushering you forward.
Yeah. Well, Andre is going to. Well, Burton already has one, but if everyone else a miniature sculpture that I just happen to have in there, carrying with them, it's like in case you need something to offer. I think they'll place the one that they were working on the trip over into the effigy, which is.
And what offering do you leave?
It's a little sculpture, kind of influenced by the trip to the sea. Very nautical inspired, not quite. Well, I guess you could say it's humanoid, but definitely not human.
Yeah. Humanoid, not human. That's a good qualification. What do you ask for, considering recalling the drive you gave Andre? What is Andre asking for as he's putting the humanoid sculpture inside the ribcage of the effigy?
For a solution to their debt.
As you're putting your humanoid figurine in there and you ask for a solution to your debt, as you straighten back up, you notice that bit of bone that you're pretty sure is the one you touched earlier on. Only when you touched it, it felt like a long, straight bone, kind of porous. Now that you see it again, because it is in the same place as where your hand went through the driftwood the first time, this time it looks like a very preliminary carving, like the way you set up one of your carvings. Just getting ready to make the corners. Who else would like to make an offering?
Forceful.
All right. What offering do you leave?
Forrest is going to go forward and remove a necklace that has 2 simple wrought iron rings on it, and one she's going to put on, and one she's going to put in the effigy.
What do you ask for?
I asked for a specific artifact that removes people's ability to lie.
Okay. As you're looking at the effigy, what feature of this effigy makes you uneasy?
The spine.
What about the spine?
It's too straight to be natural.
Fair enough. You make your offering and you step back.
Burton has been standing back, pulled out the carving that Andre just gave them, and it's like looking for the carving to the effigy, to the carving, to the effigy, the carving to the effigy. And probably, you know, gets a nudge from one of the people they've been yakking to go forward. So they like put it away and kind of are fishing in their pockets and actually look like they're getting they're actually putting thought into this, and they end up pulling out like what to anyone else just looks like an old like nut, like a nut and bolt set. That's and they don't say it to anyone, but they look at it and think back to the very like one of the first things that got them pegged as being so good at artificing is, you know, they this was the first thing on the farm that they took apart, and they almost got it back together. And that obviously
just one bit left over.
Yeah, like that decision didn't go well for them in the short term. In the long term, resulted in a good thing, but they kept that one little bit to just remind themselves. And thinking of what happened in the short term, the direct result of taking that apart and place that inside the effigy. And their mind quickly drifts to a gem. But then they push it away and they, you know, just nod and mutter beneath their breath. Safe passage and clear skies.
As soon as those words leave your mouth, after that split second of picturing that gem in your mind, you look up, right? People who lie often look up and to the left. You look up and to the left, and you notice that the face of this effigy is very, very familiar to you. Somehow, that is the face of your mother.
Pulls out the flask. It just walks, just walks away, taking a shot. Like, trying real hard not to think about that.
Fair enough.
I would also like to, like, I mean, I did get something to offer into the effigy, and I'm already here, so Sir Mordarin will contribute to the offering. He'll put in the figure and the figure that he got and just a few like coins.
Some coins and the free figure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you ask for?
Her back. To have her. Yeah, her.
It's her.
Yeah, and like he like I guess like just so like if it helps you like understand the situation where it's more just like when you're I don't know how many people like have had this experience, but like when you're at some sort of religious or spiritual thing and you're asked to like think about something but you're not really connected to it, but out of respect you still want to like just like follow along, so you just come up with the first thing that's on your mind, and of course there's only one thing on his mind.
Always.
Her. Yeah.
Okay. And what part of this effigy ends up reminding you of her?
If the hair has been woven like I assume that there's hair, and if it's not like that's been it's like in the middle of it if not completed. Nope.
The kelp hair is done. They're decorating it.
Okay. I think like the style that they're going for is like a way that she liked to wear her hair.
You going for it, Teeth?
Oh yes, I am. Teeth has another thing in his bag that he has prepared once he knew that he was coming back here. And it is a dagger, roughly made, with a hilt that's carved, and wrapped around with black leather, and he walks up and he pricks his thumb very slightly to let a little bit of blood on the blade and says, "For my greatest enemy to kneel at my feet or die." And he puts it inside of the effigy.
As you were saying this, you notice that it's just an effigy. It doesn't actually look like Burton's mom. Burton just thinks it looks like their mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know that this effigy represents the Tide Queen. And as you're stepping back after saying this, after this making quite literally a blood of her, you stop seeing a proper driftwood effigy with nice female features. As you step back, it turns into the skull, and the hair isn't necessarily hair, it's just overgrown with seaweed. And even though it's on land, it still looks like it's moving with the flow. And that's where we're going to take our break. We will be back we always say 5 to 10 minutes. Realistically, it's going to be 15 because someone's going to forget something or knock something over. So we're going to be back in about 15 minutes with these doomed fucking treasure hunters. Like, we're an hour and a half in and someone's on 4 ruin. It's going to be golden. It's going to be glorious. We're going to be great. Stretch, hydrate, pet your pets, and we'll be back soon. Bye, everybody. Ooh, welcome back, everybody, to our somewhat doomed treasure hunters who are currently not feeling particularly doomed. They're just hanging out in a village with a festival and a not at all creepy effigy that is definitely not a precursor to worse things to come. It's just driftwood and kelp. I don't know why everyone's having such weird reactions.
I made a friend and saw my mama.
You did? You say friend. Yeah, you made a connection. There's definitely someone interested more than friendship. Anywho, the ritual and the festival take the rest of the day. So do you have any big things you want to accomplish? Any way you want to deal with what just happened, or just like what's happening?
So, Kay the player would like to do we kind of have a plan, like we're staying through this and getting on a boat tomorrow, or kind of what do we understand the upcoming timeline to be?
So the timeline is mainly, you can deviate from it if you want. If you actually want to go get that treasure with minimum risk, there's no risk. You're probably looking at setting out tomorrow, because there will be Teeth can tell you this, but the lovely lady that you were talking to would have mentioned this as well. Tomorrow they're taking out the fishing boats to complete the rest of the ceremony. So they take the effigy and everything that's in it, which is part of the reason everything was put in the effigy, gets sealed up. And then later on, as they reach a certain point near an island nearby, the effigy gets tipped overboard. So that would give you a much better idea of where you need to find that treasure. And also, hang out with some villagers, have some more fun. There's more songs to learn. Don't make that face, Soul. This is a lovely, lovely time with lovely, lovely people.
Burton's definitely busted out the harmonica.
Ah, beautiful. Your audience mainly consists of young children and weirdly meritable looking women. And 1 or 2 men.
Yeah, clueless.
Yep. You're assuming you're playing hard to get.
No, I'm playing, what's the name of this song? That's what I'm playing.
Oh, so charming. You get the...
I think Andre is going to go around, possibly talking to old timers, possibly even Teeth, about, lore of the effigy, trying to find out, just inspiration, what it is, why they do it, if they're drawing upon any specific reference in mind when making it.
I mean, it is what it is. It's the sea. It's the queen of the sea.
Queen of the sea, you say?
Yes. It's before my time. But not too long ago that you'd have, a beautiful woman wearing everything you're gonna throw into the sea, so. This is appeasement.
That would have been an interesting spectacle for sure.
I don't know. What's so interesting about scared people doing stupid bullshit?
I mean, if you think about it another way, it's just performance art.
Andre, thank you. That is an amazing way to put it. I really appreciate you reminding me just the type of person you are every time I forget.
Are we married?
No.
Oh, okay. So, who else? Anyone here would have been around for those times I could talk to? You seem to know the people around here quite well.
I mean, quite well. I know that these women are desperate, so if you pretend to be someone refined and got good parents, you can talk to them as much as you like.
Oh, I've got enough of that from one of my muses.
Alright, well, poor Burton's gonna get eaten alive if someone doesn't, distract them. Mordarin ain't doing it.
I mean, Burton seems to be a pretty stout young man. I'm sure they can handle themselves.
Have you been paying attention to Burton at all while we've been traveling?
Nah, I'm pretty sure so. Like, first or second time we met. Oh wait, they did have one of my things, so second time we met, yes.
Yeah. You know what, Andre? Your best bet, just go talk to that fisherman. The one we talked to earlier? I'm sure he's drunk enough to tell you all the stories you want to hear. He's probably been here long enough to have seen the women carted off.
Well, thank you for the tip.
Mm-hmm. Above table, this is Teeth definitely pushing Andre to someone who probably he should not talk to. And yeah, I'll Teeth will like nod and sort of like, yeah, again, it was back that way.
Andre would yeah, turn it that way.
I think Forrest is just walking around, keeping Sir M within view, but like, if someone talks to her, they talk to her. If nobody does, she just kind of wanders around, listening to gossip and people talking and seeing kind of what the vibe is.
I think Sir will do the same. Like, just like stick near Forrest.
All right. Again, it's very much an annual festival in a very isolated village. So I don't know how many of you are from small towns, but it's very much you just keep talking to people who you've talked to before, and you will talk to again, and you're trying to. Like, some people live for the tiny gossip, right? They're very excited that someone said something weird to that one teacher 2 houses down or whatever. It's mainly some of the younger people that haven't quite accepted that this is what it's going to be forever. That are just sort of, no one's necessarily talking to Teeth right now. But Burton and Andre and Forrest and Sir M, as we're apparently calling him, a lot of people are talking to you, not necessarily, like, they're not telling you about this town, right? That's not what they're interested in. They know this town. They're sick of this town. They're going to live here. They're going to die here. That is it. So you're being pelted with questions. Where are you from? What have you seen? How's the big city? What are people wearing in other places? And that's not necessarily that they're going to like revolutionize this town. There's every time you mention something really cool, there's a fair amount of scoffing, like, oh, they'll never fly here. We're not those type of people. But they still want to know. They're going to judge, but they still want to know. So there's mainly people asking you things rather than you getting a lot of information out of them, because you're new and you're fancy and you're exotic, and they kind of want to poke you.
If anyone asks Forrest about her, like, why she's here, she explains that she's a bodyguard, and if like anyone shows interest in like,
oh yeah, no, people want to see your muscles, they want to see your weapon, they want to know what the biggest threat is that you saved Sir Mordarin from. This is so exciting.
She
Kids
will
that
also...
were listening to the harmonica are like scooting over to you to hear the heroics.
She will also like show one of them how to like flip someone over her shoulder or something.
Oh yeah, you have an audience, rapt attention.
What?
Some people, like some of the younger kids, are being picked up by their parents and no. This is not. Nope. This is not what we're doing right now. Bad influence. Nope. Go watch the nice man play the harmonica.
What is the biggest threat that Forrest has saved Sir M from? It can be broccoli.
No, I think
They just fed you broccoli. They would never save you from broccoli. You'll get scurvy.
I think when they first met, Forrest was kind of like, I don't think you need a bodyguard. And then I think I don't know what type of enemy you would have, but I think one of your enemies showed up and like tried to attack you at the bar where you two were meeting, and Forrest had to like get up and like put them through a table and was just like, what was that?
My enemy. My enemies.
I feel like you never specify or tell people why you like you never tell her why you have enemies, and she's just like, you want to know it? Okay, yeah, no. And I think a little bit like if Sir M's like parents are still alive, they were also like, before we left, they were like, please, like, he needs to eat vegetables and like just make sure, like, just watch. Like if you have a mom or like a nanny that like helped raise you, they're just like vegetables and
like if you wrap it in this, like he won't notice it at all.
It's
like it's like when you give like a dog like medicine, but you put it in like cheese. So
like nothing helpful, but just like listing off like he doesn't like this, but if you put it in this, he'll never notice.
It does not have to be canon, but in my head, all of the enemies are like potential suitors for the ex, and she's just told them how horrible M was.
No, I think that's perfect. I like obviously like if something like also cool comes up, but I definitely think that's some of the enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see Sir Mordarin walking through life, pissing off a fair amount of people. Just realistically.
He's already done it in this game, and we've
It's been an hour, and half of this village hates you.
Basically.
I do think you are like beloved by your parents though, because I don't think you get that big of ego without not being like your parents' beloved child.
I'm picturing his mom as the curling mom. Just every obstacle removed before it became a problem.
A little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So Forrest has an audience, is demonstrating hip throws. Burton's still playing the harmonica.
I think it doesn't take long before Burton gets roped into some kind of manual labor and is out like helping do whatever needs to be done. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm here. I can help."
Yeah, I was just Burton's probably somewhere fixing someone's door because the hinges were like crooked and the wood's expanding and things warped weird.
Yeah, and just so here's if
you mentioned to that one girl that you build things, and she's like, "You're not married, but she has a honey-do list."
Yeah, and like trying to explain artificing, like, okay, so artificing is kind of like if I take this only instead of this nail, it's just a bit of magic, right? And it is just
You do magic with your hands?
That's one way of putting it. Yeah, that's some folks have called it that. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely wonderful. You know, I could use some magic in my life. Anyway, the table's wobbly.
Oh, have you tried doing a couple little sugar packets under it? You got a sander.
Sugar doesn't come in packets, but I know where the sander is. Burton's way off somewhere. Sir Mordarin, your bodyguard is giving quite the performance, leaving you, as one would call it, unsupervised. What are you up to now that your nanny is distracted?
I think I'm giving sort of a performance of my own, spinning like a very like embellished tale of woe about my lost love. It's like, you know, am I wrong for having loved her as I did? And it's very like It's very embellished. It's very saccharine and very like sappy. It's almost like, okay, like, it's like, okay, I guess like this is a little bit over dramatic, but I guess it's like I'd die for her, and she just left me, and it's like, okay, but maybe they're eating it up.
Some of the more there's a few people who are getting like a little misty-eyed because it's such a one. There's also a fair amount of eye rolling going around, mainly behind you. People just sort of going.
People also get misty-eyed.
But some people are just like, oh, I can't believe she left you.
I know. Me.
What are you gonna do to get her back? Do you have any? Is she with someone else now? What's going on?
Sometimes some people say that the best revenge is living well, and maybe that's all what I have to do, but I'm always thinking about her. Maybe I'll never love again. I know. It's so sad. It's all so tragic.
All the women who would like read the romance novels in our era are the ones getting a little weepy-eyed, and then everyone with more than half a brain is just sort of going,
yeah.
This guy, my God. All right. But you have plenty of people listening to you. And they keep asking things, just trying to get all those. What were her favorite flowers? How many times did you get them for her? Like, they want all the details, right? They're right. That you know that somewhere, sometime tonight, someone's going to write fan fiction about you and your lost love.
I think one of the answers is like, oh, what were her favorite flowers? And he'd like say, all of them. And I got her all of them, like, all of the time. So I don't know why she left me.
You tried so hard. It's sad when women can't appreciate what they have.
I know. Sometimes they just miss out on the nice guy that's right in front of them.
Yeah, and they leave you for just such a douche.
I know. Maybe that's just how the world works. Unfortunately, nice guys they don't finish first. That's all I'm gonna say.
So true. Well, maybe you need to find a nice other lass and just settle down.
Maybe, but maybe love is just not.
Really show her what she's missing out on. You know, live like you said. The best revenge is living well.
Maybe, but we'll see what's out there for a wonderful, great, cool, amazing guy like me.
Yeah, I'm just really glad that you worked on yourself in such a way.
Exactly. Yeah, I just like, and now I'm just like focusing inward, like looking to myself, giving myself the support that I need to like, maybe love another woman as good as I did to the last girl.
Yeah. You can't love someone else if you don't love yourself first.
I know, and I love myself so much.
You hear people behind you go, sure does. All right, we leave you with your burdening red pill community.
Just for giggles, could we say directly behind where Mordarin is spinning this whole thing, Burton has shrugged off the greatcoat, has, a button-down shirt with suspenders, the shirt,
the white sleeves rolled up for the full forearm porn. Just humble, buff, working. Like we're getting an evening bonfire. It's a little sweaty.
Tall and broad, like kind of skinny, but skinny ripped, just working away.
And somewhere next to that, you see Forrest accidentally hip-throwing a teen a little too hard.
Forrest would be very careful with the children.
Yes, but the children aren't being very careful with Forrest.
That's valid.
Getting mobbed.
I will also say, as soon as the story gets too deep about Sir Mordarin, because she has actually met the ex-wife separately from Sir Mordarin. And Mordarin. See,
you don't get paid enough to remember his name.
No, so true.
I'm really bad at names sometimes.
You're getting paid to keep him alive. Who cares what he's called?
She went and found Burton and took his like flask and like started doing shots of it.
Do you want the good stuff?
Yes, please.
Takes that flask away. It's like a decent whiskey. Like it's not a good whiskey. Puts that away. Pulls out another that is this clear liquid that burns as you inhale. Like moonshine. This will fuck you up.
Moonshine.
She's very careful with that one.
It is like basically paint thinner. Like it is terrible, but it does the job.
White spirits.
She's not getting fucked up, Anniek. She's just getting mildly, like, heard this story 1,000 times.
Fair enough.
Sure do talk a lot, don't he?
Can't roll her eyes because that would be unacceptable.
Burton and Forrest are sharing a flask back and forth. Sir Mordarin, somewhere midway through another long-winded monologue about your lost love and how amazing you are and how you just don't know. You also get like offered a cup of booze.
I'll take it and take a swig at the most dramatic time.
Beautiful. Teeth, what was in that bottle you put on the table?
Oh, it is a brew that people would make during long fishing trips of pretty much any like leftover potatoes and a bunch of like pickled fish. And all that liquid put into one brew that is made to like make you up and keep you up for long journeys.
Beautiful. So that's what Sir Mordarin is taking a nice big swig from, while somewhere behind Teeth you hear someone giggle how they fed him semen. It's a whole... The label on the bottle has become a whole thing amongst the 13, 14-year-old crowd here.
That's perfect. This is something that Teeth really wanted to happen.
Sir Mordarin will he clearly he does not have the constitution for even like a shot of tequila, I think. So but he'll pretend I don't know, he'll do his best, but in a few seconds he's like coughing up a storm.
Too much laughter, I will admit. Leaving that lovely scene there, Wild Bambino, my bad. I was about to ask what Andre is up to.
Andre is going to that fisherman in the bar. And
the one Teeth sent you to?
Yes. And probably collected some food along the way from any of the stalls that are still offering, or any of the
the potluck is still... Yeah. They made a lot of food.
Yes, I'm bringing some over, because nothing more that someone who's imbibed a lot likes more than food to go with it, so they can drink more.
You're not wrong. Said fisherman is indeed to be found. It's not in the bar. It's too nice of a festival and too nice of a night to be outside, because it's a spring festival, but it's actually quite balmy. It's not raining, which is shocking. So he's just outside of the inn on a bench, just watching other people have fun. Tankard in hand. The tankard is the size of a beer tankard. It is absolutely not containing beer.
Wonderful. I guess I would take a seat next to them on the bench, offer them some food.
Oh, he'll take some of the less fishy options.
And I'm like, so I have heard that you've been around before this effigy was a thing. Are you, by any chance willing to...
How old do you think I am?
Oh, no, according to Teeth, very.
Listen to Teeth, he's full of shit.
Good to know.
I was not around in the time we threw the actual women overboard, if that's what Teeth's been telling you. Not older than the gods themselves. Look, that was way back, right? When this was still, it wasn't even technically a village, right? We were more like a city. Like, he's drunk. Like, this is back when people would, like, travel here, and there'd be chieftains and princes, and they'd all visit here, because this is where you pledged to the Tide Queen. And we'd be gold and jewels and the finest of crafts. And look, I never leave the shore without paying my respect, right? But this festival, cute. I mean, we're still alive, so it's cutting it.
So, are people no longer in favor of the Tide Queen? Is that why this is so, I mean, not as extravagant as all those gold pieces you were talking about?
I think people are just trying to see how little they can give and still get away with it, right? Find a lower margin. But, I mean, the village ain't what it used to be. Some of those chieftains don't have the lands they belong to anymore. I'm saying maybe they didn't make quite the right calculations there.
Oh, is there anyone still around from those times, or no?
Not around here. I mean, most people here die at 80.
Mm-hmm. So, if there was an offering good enough, you think you would quite possibly bestow quite a bit upon the person if the Tide Queen was indeed in favor of it?
I mean, I give more than most people should, and when I say that most people die at 80, I certainly didn't.
What, if I may ask, if this isn't too personal, what was your offering?
This year?
And prior.
All right. This year, I made a promise. And last year, I took something that was someone else's. It's very dear to them. And I offered both the monetary value and the grief that was attached to it.
So it doesn't have to be a physical offering.
We need a representation if it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, this year I made a promise. Guess we'll see how that plays out for me, won't we?
Looking forward to see how that works for you.
Likewise.
I think I have another offering to make, if you don't mind.
By all means. We don't tip her over till tomorrow. If your buddy's any more money left over, I'm available.
Oh, I'm sure they could be coaxed into something.
Beautiful. I'll go see the little runt. As he says that, he makes no physical movement to get up at all.
Mm-hmm. Andre is definitely going to go ponder what else they can offer.
Very important question. Did the effigy just look like my mama at that first glance, or every time do I look, does it still look like her? Is that a lingering thing?
Every time you look.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was afraid of.
Heath.
I have been laughing and watching Andre's progress as like he has been sort of like standing by himself and sort of just chuckling to himself while he watches Andre just go do something that he completely was hoping would end up a little bit more entertaining.
Fair enough. My main question is, because when you were approaching the village, there was a lot of I don't want to be recognized. I'm not. Have you let go of that? If you say you're like wandering around, laughing, watching, talking, eating.
Oh,
have we let go of the fear of being recognized? Because you already like walked up to the effigy and did an offering involving your blood.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't ask at that time, was it like a hood up kind of thing? Or are we barefacing it? Or
we are
did we grow a fake beard?
Because of, like, listen, if the fisherman saw him, he already knows that everyone else fucking knows. So he's just like, you know what? I might as well like let go of that worry, so that way if I see someone gunning for me, I'm aware of that instead of trying to keep up pretenses.
Yeah.
And so he was as obvious as possible when he made that offering. Yeah.
Okay. That's mainly what I was wondering as T was hanging out at this party. So you're aware if people are come gunning for you, quote unquote. Is there anyone you're looking for? Other than your current traveling companions? I'm specifically asking about people in your past, because your traveling companions are a mixed bag of making fools of themselves. I mean, Burton's not making a fool of himself. He's drawing different kinds of attention. But anyone from your past, you're...
I think everyone that Teeth might have been looking for is gone for several reasons from this village, which I think is part of why he left.
Okay.
So I think he's only on watch for any... I think there's an old rival that Teeth had growing up, who their rivalry was not a friendly one. It was bitter. They did stuff to hurt each other, and I think that it's led to several like scars and bad moments. I think Teeth is just like, please, just be gone, be dead. You're stupid enough.
Fair enough. Just hopefully they fell overboard somewhere in the last 10 years.
Exactly.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry.
I think you'd notice Andre heading back towards the effigy. Considering you said you kept sort of an eye on Andre when he went on his chat with the fisherman, but that's where you send him. You can see him. You can see him coming back towards the effigy.
Hoping he at least get his face punched. Oh, there's still more chances throughout the night.
Are there any other things or people or plans you want to spend time with tonight?
Forrest is going to make sure that when they go to bed, that everything is secure and that she is able to kind of monitor the spaces without while getting some rest. I'm specifying that because it's you.
Well, that leads me to the following question. Where are you sleeping?
Is there an inn?
No.
Oh, okay. Is there
nobody ever comes here?
Is there someone who will rent out like the room above their...
I'll put... Okay, Burton has several offers.
And unfortunately for everyone who's made that offer, it's like, oh yeah, we could all use a place to rest. That's mighty kind of you.
Oh, I only have the one spare bed.
Teeth is... Sorry.
No, go
Teeth
ahead.
is trying to glom on to Burton at this point to try and find a place to stay. And just act interested where Burton is acting... where Burton is not.
Burton's just not picking anything up.
Yeah, so Teeth is trying to even though he knows
Pick
that
on the
he's-
scraps.
Yeah, and also potentially get more information from that.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if he's actively looking to help Andre, Mordarin, or Forrest also find lodging.
Fair enough. Even if you're not actively picking up on things, Burton would eventually get a regular offer of a place to sleep. Not so much based on the actual interest of someone taking pity on the fact that, God, Burton's been fixing half of this village at this point, right? All the doors are back on their hinges. There is no wobbling tables in sight. So someone just goes, look, I can fit 4 people in the shed if you're down with sleeping on the straw.
Mighty kind of you.
Depending on how well acquainted you are, you could make it 5, but I don't want to be around for that. Maybe if you go head to feet or something. Just, it's unlocked. Breakfast is not included. Unless you're the one cooking it, in which case, dawn is a good time.
Forrest is going to set up Sir M's bedding. In a far corner away from a window.
Mm-hmm.
Sir M does not question it. I think he's always on he's on the they're preying on my downfall mindset.
Beautiful. All right, so we have Forrest, Sir Mordarin, Teeth, and Burton for sure in the shed. Andre, are we squeezing in there? Are we making it cozy?
Is first gonna make their final offering. Yes,
Enlighten me.
They will go up to and specifically thinking towards the Tide Queen. He will offer specifically their artistry, have the Tide Queen be their muse so that they could bring the Tide Queen's visage to the masses. And they will offer the one little effigy that they wanted to keep for themselves, which is it would be a very lifelike. This is a full-figured statuette of Sir Mordarin's ex, and place it within the effigy.
As you're putting this statuette into the effigy, you don't, unlike the first time you made an offering, you don't get a big sensation of someone or something watching or hearing your offer until you turn around to walk away. At which point, somewhere a little off in the distance on the ocean, there were several birds just doing bird things. As you turn away, you just watch a mouthful of teeth come up from the wave, grab a bird, full on, completely gone, and get submerged again.
If Andre does want to sleep in the shed, Forrest will sleep outside in front of the door, because she is used to roughing it.
Okay.
She is used to roughing it.
Fair enough.
She is used to roughing it. 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 She is used to rou
Yeah, Burton is happy to sleep, like, in a corner sitting up. So they just got, like, the leg room.
Oh, Andre will take every inch of space given to them.
Yeah. Forrest sleeps literally right directly in front of the door. Or if there's a window on the shed, she sleeps in between the two.
We've already established that Sir Mordarin's like away from windows and doors. However, I think he sleeps in a way where it's like he rolls over a lot, he moves a lot. He's probably gonna end up like 3 feet from wherever he's set up in the morning. He will not notice until he wakes up.
Burton just keeps kicking him away. Just rolls over, Burton kicks him.
I feel like
He's a very light sleeper.
Forrest warned Teeth and Burton and everybody about this. It was like, look, I've tried to offer to tie him down, but he won't let me do it.
Considering
He has
Andre
no idea
already
why he has to do it.
Yeah.
I just pictured like Andre man-spreading as he sleeps and just body blocking Sir Mordarin.
Yes.
Teeth, cozy, comfy, happy with your lodgings?
Teeth is Teeth expected to sleep on the beach. So I think he sleeps underneath the window because he plans to sneak out before dawn.
All right. Well, if the rest is quite happy kicking each other as they're asleep, I think we can fast forward to you sneaking out before dawn.
Gotcha. Yeah, he simply like he gets up and almost like a snake, he just sort of like slithers up against the window and just sort of like pushes it up to haul himself out.
The point of I'm sleeping outside.
Yeah.
Do I hear this?
Is this a contested roll?
That's
Do
what
you
I'm
want
asking.
to? Do you want to make it a contested role? Because it is you. She is a bodyguard. She is like primed for weird noises in the night that might threaten poor Sir Mordarin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Or forever the victim, Sir Mordarin.
Each person gets
Totally the victim.
a light
He's so
die.
sad. Yep. Oh, sorry,
I-
opening beer can.
I missed that. What are we rolling?
We're rolling a contest.
Yes.
If you have a suitable skill.
I have vigilance and speed.
I would say that counts. I would say vigilance definitely counts for hearing people sneak out at night.
Okay.
So that's your first light die.
Okay.
And then you get a light die for every mark of ruin you have.
Does
have
the
2.
automatic 1?
Also counts.
Okay. So I have 3 dice.
Wait, we're not done yet.
Oh, okay.
I will say I don't think this contest is inherently deadly or dangerous. I don't think we're already set up for deadly PvP. But if you think 3 dice isn't enough to beat however many Teeth had, or if Teeth doesn't think it is enough to beat Forrest, you may take as many dark dice as you are willing to risk to prop up your pool. However, every dark die that ends up showing a 1, you get a ruin. So the more dark die, the higher the chances of the forest, quote unquote, ocean, sinking its metaphorical teeth into you. Then again, you've noticed nothing weird about Andre so far, so maybe it's not that bad. Maybe the ocean is a kind mistress.
I'm gonna go with 3 dice.
Okay.
I got a 1, 4, and a 5.
Well, that's
1
0
second.
6s.
I got a 6, a 4, and a 2.
You hear Teeth slithering out of the shed.
She just kind of sits up and goes, "What you doing?" actually, she was getting up and like packing up her roll as this was happening to go start breakfast.
So considerate.
Teeth,
And she
doesn't
just like his mid-roll and just like stares at you.
yeah, Teeth doesn't startle and just closes the window. It's like, I wasn't sure if you were gonna be awake. Need to go take a piss.
I mean, that's fine. Where you headed though? Because as far as I know, you're the one who knows the area this best.
Yeah. Just gonna go to the beach. Water on water.
I don't know if I'd pee where we were making an offering, but I mean, you do you, friend.
I've been on the seas far longer. You have. It'll be fine.
All right. What do you want for? Do you want me to make you some breakfast, or are you gonna find something else out there?
I ate a lot at the dinner. I'll be fine.
Cool.
He is trying to
Yeah.
get out of here as fast as possible. I don't think he's trying to be obvious about it, but he's just like, I don't have time. I gotta do something.
We'll see you later then.
Yeah. I'll be there for the boat.
Boy. No. Forrest is going to assume that he'll show back up, and if he doesn't, she's gonna make note of it. But he didn't say anything suspicious enough for her to follow him.
Perfect. Anniek, Teeth is gonna try and look for signs of people moving in en masse to try and find where the hell this cove has been moved to.
All right. So currently they're just packing the boats.
Yeah. They're busy.
They're busy. Yeah, no, but the whole point is this new cove, probably not on this side of the shore. Probably on one of those stupid little islands.
Gotcha.
You're not sure which island because someone didn't pay the drunk sailor enough. Just saying. Someone got a little lippy with the person with the information. Weirdly, there was a lot of
That's fair.
sass, not enough negotiation. But it's not on the coast anymore.
Too
Too many people sniffing around, one could say.
I think then that Teeth is gonna go help pack the boats. He's gonna go look
Kindness
for
of your heart.
Absolutely. He's gonna look for
Just-
the youngest people packing the boat.
Yep.
The ones who will know who will know the least of what he's done.
Fair.
And go be like, let me help. Like almost starting to say like you're doing it wrong.
Sit on it. Yeah, no, it's at that point that would be bullying children. So maybe
Exactly.
yeah, good thing to step on that. Because like this is still like a village event. So right now it's the adults are doing the proper packing, right? Making sure the effigy's actually properly secured. But the kids are carrying little seashells and some of the flowers that got dropped and just randomly adding kelp. They're stopping some tween girls from giving the effigy fake boobs with kelp, the usual.
That is so funny.
Their mothers are like, no. And they're like, but now she looks like Sissy. No, we aren't. No.
Give her a little halter top.
Oh my
She'll
God.
make a little seashell bra.
Yeah, I think I don't think he's like trying to help the children then. I don't think Teeth likes children.
I mean, likewise, yet here we are.
Exactly. And so I think Teeth is just sort of the youngest adults. Potentially the teens that were laughing about the liquor.
The semen bottle, yeah.
The Siemens brew.
Yeah, they've got the weirdly enough, not that they're not technically being punished, but they do have the boring heavy lifting job right now, right? They have to carry the crates. Ugh. Which is the worst because it's probably the first hangover of their lives, and this is their punishment.
Oh, then Teeth knows exactly how to endear himself. Teeth walks over and is just like, I remember this punishment, and helps lift one of the crates.
It's just so bright. Why is it so? Why of all days can it not be overcast? Oh god, it's on the ocean.
It's
as well.
gonna get worse in the afternoon.
No. Oh, we have to go out on this.
Yes, and it's gonna reflect off into your eyes the entire time. Yeah. Do you know the secret?
I already got the penance speech.
Oh, the penance. There's no playing penance to fix your body.
If I bend forward, I taste it again.
And Teeth is like, all right, listen. As soon as you're done here, you need to eat 4 eggs. All right? I know it sounds awful. To eat. And Teeth is like marching them along. And I think this is the most sincere that anyone's heard Teeth in a long time. And he's like, but the thing is, because of the way the sea hates the land hates the sea, the sky will devour all that the sea has given you.
I know those words, but you're literally not making sense.
Just eat 4 eggs when you're done. Yes, it'll help you feel less sick.
I can't cook eggs right now.
Never said you had to cook them.
Oh. Behind you hear someone puking who was listening in on this, and it was just the final straw. 4 eggs. You know what? This is awful, and I will try it because it cannot make it worse right now because the sun is trying to kill me by stabbing my eyes.
That's fair.
And someone dropped something and it was so loud, my back hurt.
How much of the brew did you drink?
Was it there?
Oh, kid. And Teeth just sort of laughs and is just like, this town has not changed at all.
Look, at least I won, okay?
Yeah.
And I will celebrate that victory another day. But it was worth it. It must have been, because this is no way to live. I'm gonna go find eggs.
Yeah. And Teeth even takes the crate. So like he was carrying one crate and then takes the other crate and just starts walking towards the boat.
You get a shoulder pat that is meant to be like brotherly and strong, and it's just sort of this clammy hand from someone who has severe alcohol poisoning last night and is just crawling his way back to the land of the living.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, man.
Forrest is making breakfast. She if she can find someone who will let her purchase some eggs, she will buy them and start making them. And then she's pulling out like either old like hard tack bread or
We're back to the fruit jerky.
No, old tack bread or if like oats, whichever one, and she'll kind of just boil it in like not boil it, but put it in milk so it softens a little bit.
Proper breakfast. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere a teenager who's eating 4 raw eggs could only dream of that breakfast.
If they walk up and see her, she would be like, she also made it for the people who hosted them.
Oh no, that teenager's in a corner somewhere.
That poor child.
Poor child. Breakfast, Teeth, you and your 2 crates. Straight to the boats?
Oh, straight to the boats. And definitely listening in on anyone who might be talking about the ceremony of like locations, anything interesting.
Fair enough. No, honestly, most of the chatter is about you guys. Again, I'm sorry, but those 4 friends of yours, this whole ceremony thing, sure, religious, super important, keeps the village safe, but those 4 idiots that came into town last night, there is so much to talk about.
I think Teeth starts spreading lies about his companions then too.
Oh, beautiful. Send me some.
Oh.
Just DM them to me so your friends don't know.
That sounds good. Perfect.
Oh, I cannot wait to find out through play.
So excited.
Andre, Sir Mordarin, you wake up far closer to each other than you were. You went to sleep somehow. Burton, oh, that corner was a good choice. You've avoided a lot of bruises in that corner.
Yeah, Burton's just
but you wake up to the wafting smell of breakfast.
Yeah, Burton's sitting back to the wall, arms folded, kind of head down on the chest, just, cowboy sleeping it out, and wakes up to these 2, just, I imagine just this tangle. Like, I feel like they're both starfished onto each other. And it's like, oh, that... breakfast.
Cuddle puddle.
And he's gonna get up and as quietly as they can, go out. They're a decently early riser, so they'll probably go out and try and help Forrest if she will accept help, if it's not all completely done.
Forrest will always accept help. Cooking is not her favorite part of it, but like, if there isn't accommodations around where breakfast is provided, she provides it. Otherwise, it's a lot of fruit jerky, just handing it out like, keep your strength up.
The people who live here have already started. Like, they're, again, super early risers. Most of the people got sent to help load the boats. But other people are showing Burton, like, where's the silverware? How to set the table? Milk. It gets the side-eye from some people, but it's being provided. Man of the house, like, oh, that's just gonna curdle in my stomach. And just, water is
Burton
good.
pours the biggest glass.
It's
Just
good
goes
cold
to town.
milk. There's tea is provided. Mordarin and Andre. The cuddle puddle. Go on. What happens?
I want to see if Andre has like I don't know. Like, this is par for the course for Mordarin. I don't know if how Andre feels, and I would like to know.
I mean, you provide warmth, so Andre doesn't care.
I guess Sir Mordarin will probably not he probably doesn't notice until he wakes up, probably jolts a little bit because he has a little bit of shame, just a bit, and doesn't want to. I don't know, he backs off just a bit and probably goes and gets breakfast. He will not help, but he will go get breakfast.
I will say that as you are leaving the cuddle puddle, that you probably hear Andre murmur your ex's name or something.
Oh, I think like you see like I feel like you see like his face like probably like darken or like oh I heard that, but also I think like it's just I'm not gonna talk. Let's not talk about this. Or he goes and says and almost says something, but then he
Andre's still
turns around and
asleep.
leaves. Yeah.
Andre's definitely still like half asleep. But yeah, they just go out, sit down next to you, eat breakfast, like it's expected to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Hang on. My camera decided to freeze when Baker's camera went off. Like in some sort of weird bid for sympathy.
Tech gremlin.
Yeah. Like Baker left and my camera just went, well, guess we're done. At least you can still hear me.
And it's not the worst pose to have been frozen on.
Right? I look benign. It's a lie, but at least that's what I look like.
That I really want to talk to you about what benign looks like, because you look like you're plotting something horrible.
Yes,
well, that's
but
just
that is what exactly that is what I'm getting paid to do here. And by pay I mean I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Yeah, no, cameras decided to just quit on me. Well, that's rude. For now, fortunately, you don't need to see my face because you're role playing with each other. Teeth is at the boat, scrounging up his own breakfast. Burton, Sir Mordarin. I do want to know, Sir Mordarin, after that meeting with the brew, how bad is your hangover, considering your constitution was canonically not fantastic?
Good enough where he can fake it, not good enough where it's like, oh, what? Me? Hangover? Like, he'll get it through. However, he'll be squinting a little bit. He'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll eat breakfast now.
Playing it off.
Yeah, he's playing it off.
Yeah, beautiful.
Important question. Was there anything really spicy in the potluck yesterday?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
was it all a little bland?
No, they're pretty good with the spices here.
So Burton definitely was being careful what they ate. Anything that had anything more than like black pepper, they had to like shy away from. And are like this morning are like, oh, kind of, feeling that from yesterday. I'll have some. Yeah.
Burns on the way in, it can burn on the way
Pounding
out.
that milk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andre's gonna ask if there's any bananas to eat, or if they could bring some on the trip.
Some what?
Banana.
No.
Okay.
Any other things you want to do in this morning before we head to the procession of fishing boats? No? Deadly quiet? Beautiful. My favorite kind of quiet. You are invited to join the fishing boats as they head for the island where they will complete the ceremony. It's not mandatory if anyone wants to stay behind. You can. You'll miss out on the rest of the module, so I would encourage you to go. But it's not mandatory, right?
Meet up with Teeth as we're heading to the boats.
I don't know what everyone is wearing right now, but everyone from the village is wearing like the brightest colors. And part of the reason most people are up before dawn is because all of the boats, apart from being loaded, are covered in ribbons and bells and spring flowers. Fortunately, for certain poor teenagers, the sky is getting a little more overcast rather than the sun trying to stab people's eyeballs.
Forrest is wearing a lot of leather armor. Not armor. You know what I mean. Like thicker leather for protection. But she also just has knives attached to her.
think that if you were making breakfast this morning, that the woman of the house, who now did not have to make breakfast for everyone, would have offered to braid some flowers in your hair just so you look a little more the part.
She will absolutely let it, and she even, like, if there's like a brightly colored cloth around, she'll use some of her wages to just kind of either tie it at her waist or like around her neck or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because she wears a lot of black and brown.
I feel you. Anyone else who wants to spruce up their gear a little?
Yeah, Andre was gonna try to go all in on dressing up for the event because, you know, why not tempt the Tide Queen? So they put on their finest adventuring gear, you know, some florals, maybe a feathered hat.
Oh, I love a feathered hat.
I will, yeah.
Am I going to ask, Andre, what bird did the feather come from?
You know what? I'm pretty sure he's like, you know what? That was a sign. I'll just put a seagull feather right there in the hat.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. A few little blood speckles at the end there. Burton, nobody needs you to dress up. If you want to take your shirt off, you're allowed.
I think it. What's the temperature? Like, is it
Brisk.
brisk?
But we're
Yeah.
talking like we're still close to dawn. It
Yeah.
might get warmer, but it's not a cozy day.
I think Burton, like when they're not actively working, is actually like decently modest. So they come out like they're just a very practical dresser. You know, they've got simple, you know, brown pants, boots, and then just the button down with the suspenders and the greatcoat. But I feel like people are bringing Burton flowers, like to give them more color, and without thinking, like they're accepting. So there's like flowers popping out of pockets and kind of tucked in the hair, and like, oh, this is real nice.
It is. There are, especially Burton is getting, that lady you were talking to yesterday is looking at you with even greater intensity. But a lot of other people are looking at you a lot more disapprovingly. And as Andre walks up, there's a few nudges, and you can hear people sort of giggle a little as he walks past.
I don't think I noticed any of this.
Fair enough. Andre would notice that there's some nudge, nudge, giggle, giggle as he's approaching these boats.
I'm trying to look around and see what they're looking at, giggling at, so I can laugh
You.
along. No, it can't be me.
Fair enough.
Me, clearly.
I think one of the kids that Forrest was practicing fighting moves with yesterday, because Forrest, like, she's dicked out. She got ingratiated to some of these townsfolk. Some of the young kids were up to Forrest. Let's go, Miss Forrest.
Yes.
Is it true he eats his shavings to get high? Does it work? Can we have some? Does it make your dream funny?
No, it doesn't. And anything that gets you high, you really shouldn't take. It's.
But if he gives his sculptures away, can he also give the shavings away?
You know, I think it would matter what type of wood he was making with the sculpture. I feel like this is a conversation for your parents. Don't get high, stay in fishing school. Like, I'm imagining from your voice, this is a small child.
Yeah, one of the little ones.
And Forrest is just like
we're talking pigtails,
people
little
are
dress.
Not cool. Not cool. They don't make it far in life. They end up with a lot of ruin and sadness in their life.
But he doesn't look like he's really ruined or sad.
Oh, People with money can hide these things. Don't ever believe them. They're often quite sad. I know. I've worked with a lot of them.
Is the one who but the one with the other one with the money is sad because of his wife.
Yeah, he's hiding other things.
Is it true he's not really a knight?
No, unfortunately, that is true.
Is his first name really Sir?
You know, if you do, I'm gonna say yes, because if you don't say sir in front of his name, he will get very upset.
She's gonna gesture you to lean down a little.
Yes, sweetie.
Does he really get all his money from selling wolf cubs as dogs and lying to people about their pedigree?
Oh,
Because I can do that. I can be rich. I can sell cats and tell people they're something else.
No, he got his money from nepotism. And
I don't know what that means.
It means that his parents were wealthy, and so he's wealthy. But I will say that people actually, weirdly enough, do want to buy wolf cubs. They don't understand the inherent danger of that and how much they're risking by taking in a wild animal that they can never truly train.
Is that a lot of words?
I know. I'm so sorry. This is a complicated conversation about class and wealth and inherited wealth not making you really that good with money. It's a really long conversation that happened. Yep, that's fair. I'm so proud of you. Don't get high.
So between class and wealth, she saw something shiny and just checked out.
I think... Look, selling cats sounds like a great idea, especially if they're good mousers. Here's a little bit of money. Go ahead. Go.
Beautiful.
Go do drugs.
Stay in fishing school. And with that immortal admonishment for the ages, this is where we're going to end today's session. Not my usual horrific cliffhanger, but a good reminder for everyone nonetheless.
Stay in fishing school, kids.
Don't get high. Stay in fishing school. We will quickly go around and let people tell us who they are and if they have anything cool to plug and what other places we can find them. We're just gonna go in a completely different order because everything got jumbled on my Zoom screen because someone turned her camera off. Sol, you're still top left though.
Hello everyone, I have been Sol, your little shark bastard man. You can, if you had fun today with me being chaotic and annoying, I can be found on Cafe Cultivar, Monday the 18th, GMing a campaign called Entre Luna y Sol, where a community of supernatural folks are coming to terms with their city being the target of a lot of weird shit. Otherwise, you can see me this Wednesday over on The Mandy's channel playing Synarch, a Tabaxi rogue who is making so many bad decisions for love, and slowly realizing that he is not in Kansas anymore and he might have to kill a literal person. We might have to kill this guy, Synarch. Aw, beans. And that's me.
Thank you very much. Kay.
Hey, well, I am Kay. I have been Burton, the Clueless today. You can find me most places at Chaotic or Chaotic Wholesome or Chaotic Wholesome Presents. You can find me on the Twits, X, Shitter, whatever we're gonna call it, at KDamnFear. Find me at Chaotic Presents. We do the Table Talk show every Tuesday where we talk all things tabletop from indies to intersectionality. And Thursdays and Fridays, my co-GM and I are doing our first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. It is co-op, it is chaos. We've only had 5 TPKs. It's a good time. And Wednesday, you will actually not hear me, but I am part of the Emergency Power podcast. The final episode before season 4 comes out on Wednesday. It is a special little in-between one. And if you want to see me playing the exact opposite of Burton, I play a little bastard, a con artist, charlatan over there. And yeah, that's me. Thanks for hanging out. This has been really fun.
Thank you very much. Baker.
Hi, I'm Baker. You can find me posting coffee pictures on Instagram or food at Minneapolis Baker _Baker. Or you can find me not really on Twitter unless I'm re-quoting what's being done for Sword and Key at Bakers _TTRPGs. But I mostly play here and run around and have fun.
Wild.
Yes, hello, I'm Wild, playing Andre, and I'm not really on the socials, but you could always find me here, or maybe on Discord as Wild Engineer. Yeah, probably be here a bit more.
Kai.
Yes, Kai.
I keep forgetting which one I already did.
I have been Kai. No, it's fine. Like, I feel like yeah, no, there's basically 2 of us at this point, so I totally get it. I have been Kai. You can find me in most places at The Better Adversary, also on Blue Sky. You can also find all my work on kaidacyscreates.com. The next thing I have coming up on the Daisies and Dragons or the Weave Games Twitch channel. If you want to see me do the opposite of being bad at love, I did a pre-recorded stream of their new game, Love is on the Cards, which is a romantic comedy. And guys, like, I can be good at love. So, yeah. I promise I'm not like this.
Next to doubt.
I have to say this has been like a mind meld for me because we've got Kay and Kai, and then my character in my Starfinder game is Soul. So we keep like...
Oh, nice. Look, my name is Anniek, and one of my best friends is also named Anniek. And we're both goths with overlapping hobbies. People get very confused. Speaking of, hi, my name is Anniek. I go by she, they pronouns. I'm not on social media anymore. It just makes me angry. So you can find me in the Sword and Key Discord. And here on Sundays, it has been lovingly called my time slot because I'm European and it's just really nice to have something to play in the evenings. So I'll be here for the next 2 Sundays with this particular Trophy Dark game. And then I am woefully unprepared. Eva left me unsupervised. She is normally my beloved tech gremlin. I have a different beloved tech gremlin today, who I'm also thanking. Thank you, Mare.
You're welcome.
But Eva is always nice enough to give me like, this is happening on these dates. And I have a rough idea of what's happening, but I don't know dates. So, by all means, if anything I'm saying sounds interesting to you, check out the Sword and Key Twitter, X, whatever the fuck. Or join the Sword and Key Discord. It's open to the public. Announce things there as well. It's after Trophy Dark. We will be doing a public access game, which is going to be great, which Eva's actually going to DM, so I get to play in a few things. And I believe there are lots of plans to bring back Humblewood. After that, I will be running more Mothership, also with Baker and Wild, and some guests on the recent time slot. I will be running Tales from the Loop, that I'm very excited about. And we don't have a date for the game itself yet. We have the talk show part. I don't know if anyone knows video game Boyfriend Dungeon here, or Dungeon Boyfriend. Yes. So they have an RPG called Life on the Edge. And I will be DMing some people through Life on the Edge. And one of my players is actually the person who made the RPG and worked on the video game, Maso. So we're very excited about that. And when I told Eva my idea for the dungeon, she yelled at me. So only good signs. On Saturdays, Horizon Skull will still be here. And And I honestly don't know what else to tell you. There's just so much going on over here. Just
I could take it from here, Anniek. I can take
Can
it
you?
super.
How much am I forgetting? Save me, Mare. Do it for me.
Anniek already mentioned it, but at 6 p.m. Eastern time here on Saturdays, we have our flagship long-term game, Horizons Call, of our very fun nautical game with the Horizons Call crew. Fridays at 9 p.m. Pacific, we have a movie night over in the Sword and Key Discord. We have, starting this Tuesday, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern time. 9 p.m. Eastern is our playthrough of Baldur's Gate with some of the folks in the channel, and they're going to be doing that every Tuesday. Saturday the 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern, we have our Sword and Tea interview show where some folks will be talking with Kristen Randall, the author of The No Girlfriend Rule, which is a queer romance of like D&D and stuff. It's on my to-read list. And we have Trophy Dark for a couple more Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. And then Thursday the 21st, we have another Sword and Tea at 7 p.m. Eastern with N.L. Morrison, who is the creator of Printweaver, a TTRPG based off like Souls games where it's like you die a lot and it's really great, and I love it a lot. I've run it multiple times. It's great. Highly recommend. What we are going to do now is we are going to go raid TTRPG Gifts, who is raising money for Care for Gaza right now. So give some love if you can donate if you can, and we'll see you next week for episode 2 of Trophy Dark. Bye!
Bye!